Alrighty guys, welcome back to another jagged episode. Today we are talking about what I wish I knew when I was 220 pounds and literally couldn't do a single push-up. Welcome to the video, guys. If you guys do enjoy the video, I put a lot of work and effort into these. I literally write out a script for these whole videos to make these guys the most valuable I can for you guys. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. We're gonna be doing vlogs weekly now. So instead of, twice a month, we're gonna be doing a video a week, which is very doable. I have a camera for it's a Sony A7. It's not the best camera, but it does shoot good quality video and good pictures. So that's what we're rocking with right now. But yeah, guys, let's get right into the video. I'm just gonna start with when I was 220 pounds, what life was like for me, and kind of like my eating habits and just how I was going about life, really. So when I was 220 pounds, that was my highest weight. I was playing golf. For a lot of you guys that don't know, I played golf in high school. For 4 straight years. I played golf since I was 4 years old. I was kind of cracked, but with that being said, I played golf all the way up till end of high school, and I just was eating whatever I wanted, really. I grew up in the South. I'm from Tennessee. Most of you guys may know that, but I am from Tennessee, so I was coming home and mom was like, yo, I got this crazy good dinner that's fried chicken, mashed potatoes, all these crazy stuff, or we were just eating out. It was really just the eating out when I think about it. Pause. But it really was going out to eat and bringing back food or just whatever. We were always doing that. I was eating fried chicken, fried burger, fried everything. It was just fast food bullshit. That was basically my diet. And that's how I kind of got out of shape, and I was just playing golf. So I was doing cardio because I was playing golf every single day, but it just wasn't enough to hold off how much I was eating. I was eating too much. I honestly probably had an eating disorder with just how much food I was eating. And I looked at food as a reward for myself. So I wanted to touch on this because this is kind of a game changer for a mindset of somebody that is, really teeter-tottering on the idea of even starting a diet or going to the gym at all. This for me was so when I was 220 pounds, I looked at food as a reward. Everything that I saw, I would just wait until I was hungry and then impulsively be like, what do I want to get? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where the mindset was for me when I was that weight. And it didn't matter what kind of food I was eating. I was just eating, and snacking was really bad. So the mindset you gotta have is look at food as a discipline thing. Look at it as something that will bring you discipline in real life and just make you healthier overall. I think everyone's goal should just become more healthier now. It's 2025, people. It's let's just become healthy, right? And it's really not that hard to do if you just eat the right foods. And so that's something that I really wish that I knew earlier on, because even when I first got into the gym, a year in, I was still not locked in on my diet. And I was getting better at the gym and getting a lot better at training and stuff like that. But if you guys nail all the stuff that I'm about to tell you guys off the bat, if you guys really take time to listen to what I'm about to tell you guys and write notes and come up with an idea of what kind of goals you want to set for yourself and follow this, you will be able to hit your goals. And that's no questions asked. This is how you lock in. Just look at it as a health thing. You want to be more healthy, so eat better. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to cost much more money. You might actually be saving money on going to the grocery store. So I actually know I do. I actually know for a fact that I save a lot of money because I cook all my meals versus going to eat out and stuff. Now, do I wish I could go out and eat healthy out? You can do that. You definitely can do that. So that's not something I'm saying you can't do, like go eat out, whatever. I'm kind of yapping, getting off topic here. But yeah, just eat healthy. That's really what it is. It's that simple, and then the training comes with it. This is when you guys want to pull out like a notepad or something like that. Write this stuff down, guys. Like when you write something down, it's going to stick in your brain for way longer. Like it's just something about the brain when you're writing and then reading it as you're writing, it like locks it into your brain. So if you guys really want to retain this information and use it for yourself, do this. Get a notepad out. So let's get into it. So rule number 1 of getting into the gym. What I didn't do when I first started into the gym that I truly regret, these are all going to be things that I like honestly regret doing or not doing when I started into the gym. So the first one is stick to a split. When you get into a gym and you are starting to like lift weights and whatnot, and you're getting ready to train and all that stuff, and you're having fun, stick to a plan, like for real. Do PPL. It's the easiest one to remember. It's, you know, it's going to make you grow. It's easy to learn that way. You have a lot of recovery because you're only hitting legs once a week. Do PPL, and then do like PP after that. Like do PPL, push or push pull, whatever. Stick to a plan for at least minimum of 2 months. If you stick to a plan and it doesn't show results, like let's say you choose PPL and you do PPL for 2 months and you look the exact same and you literally haven't gotten stronger, you haven't, you know, made any progress inside the gym with your training at all, then I would say switch it up. Or look at it as, you know, a mindset thing. Am I pushing myself hard enough? But that's the first thing. Stick to a workout split for minimum like 2 months, guys, just so you know if you're making progress or not. Okay, now this next point, this would be number 2, is something that everyone can do, and it is so easy. It really, truly is, and everyone should have it at this point because it's new tech, bro. It's dope. So download a calorie tracker, whether it be MyFitnessPal, Cal AI, I think is what it's called. There's a bunch online that you can do that literally are free, and you can go and type in any food you want and it'll show you the macros, and you can even set goals for your macros. So you'll have a goal. You guys know how it works. Just download the calorie tracker, because I'm telling you guys, it is a lifesaver when, you know, you're not eating at home and you're eating out and stuff like that, and you want to know what you're eating and how much calories and macros and everything that's in it. It tells you that. So download a calorie tracker. It literally took me probably 9-10 months to download my first calorie tracker app, and thinking back on that, that is the biggest waste of time that I ever did, because I was seeing results in the gym, but if I had locked in my diet from day one, I could have been shredded in 9 months. I really think so. I really do. Maybe not completely shredded, but at least way better looking than I did look when I didn't have the calorie tracker. So download a calorie tracker if you're really serious about locking in. Do it. Write this one down. So this one kind of goes off of me talking about when you go out to eat at restaurants and things like that. But if you're on a meal plan, like if someone gives you a meal plan, in my opinion, if you know you have a certain amount of macros they give you, right, in your meal plan, you have protein, carbs, fats. Let's say, you know, your mom and dad want to take you out to dinner, or you have like some sort of family dinner or something like that that you are going to, or like even best friends, like if you want to go out to eat with your best friends one night, like, and you go and eat different food, it is completely okay. It is completely okay, I promise you. Just make sure it fits the macros. Like literally, just make sure it fits the macros. Don't go crazy. You know the temptation is there, because everything on that menu, like I'd say probably 70% of the things on that menu are not going to fit the meal plan. So you have to choose wisely, but you are able to go out to restaurants and eat and enjoy yourself, honestly, because you don't have to stick to the meal plan that strict unless you're like competing or doing bodybuilding like I did. It's different. It's just different. So you are allowed to go eat out at restaurants. That is point number 3. So the fourth one is going to be a training kind of based one. This is just kind of how I've built muscle and over time did it. And in the beginning, it's really easy to do this, right? I think everyone's mindset when they get in the gym first is I want to get stronger, 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 stronger. And that's, you know, good because you're excited, you're new in the gym, you want to get stronger, you want to see results. So that what I'm talking about is progressive overload, right? Like that whole thing was progressive overload. If you are trying to get stronger in the gym in your like specific exercises, you're progressive overloading. And you need to be doing that if you want to see results, whether you're bulking, cutting, I've hit PRs on cuts. So I don't want to hear when you're cutting, you know, you be safe, be careful, all that stuff, unless it just be smart about it, right? Like know what you can do. Don't do some crazy like 30-pound PR, 45-pound PR if you think you can't do it. Like be careful, obviously, but what I'm saying is when you lock in, you really, really need to be focused on moving the weight up and getting the form down. I'd say first of all, get the form down. Obviously, yes, it's boring, I know, blah, 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 blah. Get the form down, bro. Get the form down and then start trying to move the weights up. Move the weights up as fast as, well, I wouldn't say as fast as possible, but just try and get stronger, man. There's some days where you're gonna feel strong in the gym and you're gonna know that feeling. So push yourself on those days because those are the days that matter the most when you're in the gym, because if you are stronger one day and you can go crazy, you're gonna get a lot out of it. You're gonna get a lot out of it. So I'm just saying that move the weights up. Become stronger, you know? You wanna be stronger in each muscle group. Technically over, like whatever weight you're doing, you want it to be over what your body weight is. And pretty much everything, I would say, besides like arms, right? And, you know, that's about it, you know? If you can be that strong, that's really strong and you're gonna make a lot of gains. But when I first started into the gym, that was like my mindset. That was really my mindset when I first came in and was working out. I wanted to become stronger. I wanted to get the form down. I wanted to just learn because I wanted guys, because when you guys build a physique, you guys want it to be balanced. You want it to look aesthetic, stuff like that. So form is really gonna lock in the aesthetic of your, you know, physique because you're gonna be doing it the right way. You want to start doing it the right way so it's easier to maintain for months and months and months and months and months. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in, learn the form and move the weights up. That's number 4. Okay, so what I wish I knew when I was 220 pounds, rule number 5 is do your cardio. So all of my weight was lost from Stairmaster and like the bike. I spammed the hell out of those when I first got into the gym and I continued to do it. And that's how I lost 50 pounds in a year because I was literally doing so much Stairmaster after every lift. I was lifting, Stairmaster, go home, eat, right? That's the routine that you guys need to have. That's the best way of going about things, in my opinion. That's really how I started to see results too when I first started into the gym, when I was doing cardio, because the condition that you're gonna get from doing cardio and just that kind of, you know, the food is gonna go where it needs to go. When you do your cardio, the food goes where it needs to go. If you guys, you know, are looking to lose weight right now and it's something that you've made the decision for yourself that you want to do, then the best way to do it would just be do your cardio and lift, or don't lift. You just do cardio and you're gonna see weight come off. But for people that do like the gym and stuff like that, and you are training, do your cardio after, bro. Like seriously, it's a game changer. It's been a game changer for me, just maintaining the physique too, because once you get to the point of being shredded, you may want to maintain that. Cardio is the only way that you're going to, and it's the only way that you're going to consistently see fat burn off. If in my opinion, that's just what's worked for me, especially being at such a high weight at the beginning. I just was spamming cardio. So that was kind of my thought on it. You guys it's really good for you too. So do your cardio, please. Okay, so moving into the next point. I'm going pretty fast here, so I hope you guys are kind of like, you know, pausing and taking notes and stuff like that. But moving on to point number 6. This is a big one for me because, and I think everybody that kind of goes to the gym, because you know, a lot of guys struggle with body dysmorphia. I have struggled with body dysmorphia. We all have. It is a real thing, and you know, when you're locked in and stuff like that and you're not seeing results, it can get frustrating. So making sure that you're trusting the process, you're sticking to the plan, you're not going off plan, you know, or, you know, you're trying to change something up where you're either pulling food, you're adding food to like kind of reset things, or you're doing more cardio, something like that. Those are good things to do when, you know, you're not really seeing progress, or weight kind of stops moving around or something like that. Unless you want to maintain your weight, then you're doing good. But that's besides the point. This is kind of the way to go about it, is just trust the process, know in your head, tell yourself that you're doing the right things to get to where you need to be, and, you know, believe in the process as well. Like, don't only trust it, but believe in it, because believing in it is where it begins and trusting in it is where it ends. So it's like, you just got to stick to it and you're good. That's basically what I have to say about that, is, you know, is just know that you're doing great and be proud of the physique that you're building, you know, be proud of that. There is some sense of pride in like working for a physique like that. It's not something that you should, you know, be, you know, completely arrogant about, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be confident in the fact that you have built that physique, you know, feel good about it, because it takes a lot of work to do this, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you guys are starting out, you know, at a higher weight than a normal person, you know, and you want to lose weight, you gotta keep going, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of, you know, I think that's really honestly the easiest way to go about it, is just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't overthink things. Just know that you're doing the right thing. And that's basically it for point number 6. So this is kind of the same kind of point as I made earlier when I was talking about food being a reward. How I used to look at it as a reward when I was overweight. But this is kind of the flip side of that. So this is what you want to do when you guys decide to lock in. You download the Calorie Tracker, you know, are doing your cardio, you're training progressive overload, you know, you're doing all these things right, and you're locking in. This is something that it will fuel you to do better and better and better and better and better and better, and it'll drive you to do better and better and better and better. So this mindset for me has worked so well, especially like being an overweight person at the beginning of my journey. And that is just, stop looking at food as a reward, look at it as fuel. So what I mean by that is, now that you're healthy and you're locking in, all that food that you're eating should be used to go and destroy whatever muscle group you're gonna go hit. That is what matters, and the food does fuel you, bro. So, you know, it's really, really good to be locked in on the food, because the better your food quality is, the better your pump is gonna be. Especially, you know, if you throw in things like little gummy bear treats every once in a while before a workout, it's not gonna hurt that bad. It's glycogen, you're gonna get a good pump, stuff like that. That's just a kind of an example. I wouldn't say do that all the time. Like, don't be slamming gummy bears all the time. You're gonna ruin your schnoz. But yeah, look at it as fuel, not as a reward. So this one is for people just getting into the gym too, and you're gonna lock in and whatnot. You're gonna stay jagged. This right here is the biggest one for me because I wish I would have done this more. I feel like everybody that's lifted for a while, at least an amount of years that kind of like gets you as an advanced lifter, knows that, you know, for me, I wish I took a lot more pictures at the beginning of progress and things like that, to look back on, because when you get the physique that you want at the end of the day, it is so rewarding. It's almost like a dopamine reward for some reason when you go back and look at yourself before you locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I really highly recommend you guys take photos, videos of your progress, video lifts that you're hitting PRs on, stuff like that, the hype shit. Definitely record that. Video, like if you have a crazy pump one day and you know it's a crazy pump, go into the mirror and take a video. Like, take a video, keep it to yourself, wait, or post it even. Honestly, guys, don't keep it to yourself. Just post it, man. Just post it. Like, that's really all you need to be doing, is post your content and make sure it's valuable. Be helping somebody. Oh shit, sorry. Be helping somebody every time that you're posting or something like that. Try and hit a target. But anyway, because, you know, day to day you can kind of get lost in just the grind and stuff like that and not look back and see like, oh, I used to look like this, if you don't take any photos or videos. So that's why photos and videos are goated. I don't care how bad you may think you look at the beginning, it isn't very important, because the more you're going to take when you're done at the end, the more you're going to want to take when you're shredded and or, you know, down a lot of weight and you look like a completely different person now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very rewarding. It gives you a lot of perspective on how you're doing too when you're locked in. That is another huge one that I think people don't understand when they first start, is take pictures so you can look and constantly be checking to see if you're actually making progress or not. You know what I'm saying? If you don't look different month to month to month, or every 2 months, however long it takes, if you don't look different, then you need to change something. I would say 2 months max. If you work out for 2 months, see no progress, you need to be changing something. That's maximum amount of time to change something. But yeah, moving on to the next point. So I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention the last one was rule number 8. So yeah, that last one was rule number 8, but we're moving on to rule number 9. And this one, I just feel like should be an obvious one, especially when you're new, but I will go kind of really specific on this with you guys. Be consistent when you go into like training and stuff like that. Like, be serious about it, be consistent. It takes about a month to, you know, create a new habit, right? So if you're going for a month, let's say your body recognizes that you've created a new habit, it's going to, like, you're going to feel that urge to go after a little bit. At least I did. That's what I noticed. It may take you longer, but just be consistent on going. If you try and skip, catch yourself and know, nah, I need to go for myself. I told myself that I was going to do this. That's the one thing that I think you guys need to be reminding yourself, is what you tell yourself is very powerful. If you are doing what you're telling yourself, it's a different game changer. It's a whole nother mindset of being locked in. So that is the biggest thing. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't get lazy. Don't get too comfortable. Be consistent in the process. Stay jagged on that too. I think that's probably the biggest one that I've talked about so far, and I truly do mean that. Like, it is okay to take rest days. You know, I will talk about that, I think, later on in this video. Yeah, I do. So we will get into that. But that was rule number 9. Moving on to rule number 10. Okay, now this one is a huge topic, and honestly, probably one of the biggest ones at the beginning. Like, it's literally probably the biggest one, at least if you're overweight. If you guys are overweight like I was, because when I was overweight and getting into the gym, I was very intimidated. I always felt like I was being judged. But in reality, guys, it's not that way. You know what I'm saying? I started out at Planet Fitness, and I think Planet Fitness is probably the goated, you know, gym to start at, just because it's so friendly. Everybody in there is really, really friendly. From the one that I went to, I loved my time at Planet Fitness. But that is one thing is like, try and catch yourself when you start to become insecure about the way you look. Tell yourself, no, I'm hot. I'm actually here working out in the gym. I'm getting my bag right now. I'm in my bag. So don't be insecure about the way you look, because I'd say, dude, I would love to know the actual percentage on this. Or going into the gym, you are in your bag. Don't be insecure about the way you look. Everybody in the gym has the same goal as you. You guys have to remember that and remind yourself that. Everyone's there for the same reason. They may be doing different things and different goals and stuff like that, but everyone's in there to better themselves in a healthy way. Some people unhealthy ways, but you know, that's what the gym is about, like getting better every single day. So remind yourself that, tell yourself that all the time when you notice, oh, I don't look too good in these pants. Oh, I don't look too good in these shorts and stuff like that. Or I don't, you know, I'm holding a lot of water today. Or, you know, just don't look like I'm making progress, stuff like that. Or like, I don't look the way that I want to look. I think that's a lot of the insecurity issue, is you don't look like the way you want to look. And I definitely dealt with that for sure. I can definitely agree with that. There were just many times where I'd go to the gym, work out, and not like what I looked like. And that's why I honestly didn't take progress pictures. And let me tell you, you need to be taking progress pictures even if you're insecure. Don't be insecure. Please don't. So that is rule number, I think 10. I think we're on 10. I've been yapping and talking a lot. I honestly need some water, but I hope you guys are writing these down, because these are like serious pain points for me when I was first starting into the gym. Like the insecure thing, probably the biggest one for me when I started, just because, you know, I had never been in the gym. That's another thing. Like when you've never been in a gym and you have no idea what you're doing, because that was totally me. You're talking to a guy, you're looking at a guy really that literally couldn't do a single push-up when I started into the gym. I could not do a single push-up. So now I'm here. Now I can do 315 by 12 on squat. Now I can do 405 by like 10 on deadlift. 8 to 10, something like that, depending on the day. Give me 8 to 10. And then like, that's how far I've come. So you gotta just know that you're gonna do it, and you just have to believe in it and stick with it, because it is very rewarding when you are seeing progress, and it's just better. So like, that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, I wish that at the beginning of my gym journey, I was not so hard on myself and I actually enjoyed what I was doing. That's the biggest thing. Like, don't compare yourself either, because I was a big comparer of people and the way they looked versus me. Don't do that. It's just like, it's a pool of, you know, it's just, it can get toxic and stuff like that. So you just literally just like worry about yourself, worry about the progress you're making, be excited about the process or the progress that you're seeing and stuff like that. Be excited about that stuff. Love it, man. Like, that's the whole reason, right? So that's rule number 10. So that is going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. If you did enjoy the video, like I said, subscribe, like, and comment. I love talking to you guys. I just want to say thank you to all the support that I get on a daily basis. It truly means the world to me. This is my passion, and I do love this stuff. So I put a lot of effort into these videos for you guys because I enjoy doing it. And I genuinely care about trying to help you guys change your life for the better. Because ever since I've gotten into the gym, my life has changed for the better, and I truly think the gym is just a life-changing way of life. It's a lifestyle, man, and you got to enjoy it. And yeah, just be jagged. Just stay jagged. I'm trying to get you guys to be jagged and stay jagged, because this is how I did it, basically. So without further ado, I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into another Jagged episode. Stay blessed, stay happy, and stay training.